Lagos Assembly urges Governor Akumi Ambode to clamp down on fake job adverts in the states. Lagos warms up to generate its own electricity as power bill scales second reading plus. Lagos Assembly summons LBIC boss over demolition of buildings in the metropolis. We have details coming up. Moving around the streets of Lagos, you may have seen job adverts pasted on the wall. It could even be a call from a strange caller inviting you for a job interview for a job you did not apply for. Well, the Lagos State House of Assembly says such act poses high security risks to the lives of residents and in particular unsuspecting job seekers in the state if not checked. The issue came as a motion moved by a member of the House, Honorable Abiodun Tobo. This is how we begin the program today. This is Lagos Parliament. I am Abimbola Agbebi.
Get closer to your legislators. See them in action as they deliberate on moving the state forward. Watch updates on weekly events, presentation of bills, passage of laws, adoption of resolutions, and many more. Also, get a chance to meet the lawmaker of the week and watch the legislators. Observe plenary in Yoruba language. Lagos Parliament, every Thursday, 7:30 p.m. on TVC News Nigeria. Lagos Parliament, bringing the legislature closer to you.
This motion is born out of our conviction that if you go around Lagos State, you will be amazed with what we see on the walls, where you see people placing adverts for jobs that were not in existence, with a view of luring these unemployed youths into their den. And in the course of this, when you get there, they will tell you, come inside for interview. And when you come inside, sometimes you end up being kidnapped. Sometimes some of them were raped. Some were maimed. Some were even shammed. And they will tell them to go back home and bring their parents' belongings. This is becoming so rampant. So, and some ritual killers too get their victims through that approach.
They have come up with a more difficult, more challenging way of recruiting and killing people. They will maim, they will extort, they will kill. Mr. Speaker, I am worried. I'm worried because I'm a politician like you and like every one of us. You know, we have been tagged. They call it, oh, they are the patrons of the politicians. There is what department, state CID, State Criminal Investigation Department, who's supposed to even scrutinize email addresses, phones, advert, and they'll be able to use their own machinery to be able to nip these people in the bud. In addition to the fact that we need LASA. LASA has an enabling law. We have a kidnapping law as well. Until we give it a push for it to bite, LASA is supposed to be able to give approval to whosoever want to paste any form of advertorial on any wall. And before they can give that approval, Mr. Speaker, my colleague, obviously they must have done their own underground check to know whether they register with CAC, whether they are genuine, whether they live in the air, whether they operate within the internet, or they are real.
That we can draw up a gadget that can, know if a particular complaint is registered or not.
Most of these things now is happening through the social media. You just get SMSs. I even get SMS to come and apply for job severally. So I'm thinking that we should include that in this motion, calling the DSS to look for a way of covering this internet, unnecessary advert on the internet.
I can still remember vividly that in this Hello Chamber, we mentioned about the MMM then, that people should not really go into the MMM. But today we can see what the MMM have turned some of our people into, where we are now trying to, using what you don't have to be getting what you are not expecting. But however, whatever employment you are seeing and you are not getting the LASA approval number there, I think we should be wary before we respond to such a employment number.
Now, if you have not applied for a job, why would they just dream? Is it a miracle that they will dream about you and put your name and say, come and take this job? You must be wary, you must be careful. And we must always report all these kind of incidents of these job scammers.
Thank you to Mr. Speaker, who sponsored the bill of Neighborhood Watch and Safety Corps. And that is the key that we need to unlock these nefarious activities. How? Is to create the intelligent departments, train them very well within the Neighborhood Safety Corps, and let them swing into action. But they know any numbers that they see, or when this section is created, people should report to them and they will take precaution.
You discover that at times when people are not really even having anything to eat, their reasoning could be affected, and they can really go anywhere to seek for unnecessary things. So most of the time, when they see these things, they don't even go about to verify. But if we can really increase the level of awareness to the people, I think this will even go a long way.
Mr. Speaker, the text read out by Honorable Tejosho also came to me, and someone fell victim of that particular text because of the word used based on referral. This motion is very good. I think what needed to be done now is for these numbers on roadsides to be investigated. They are criminals. Most of them are criminal. The numbers should be investigated by security agencies, particularly the DSS, the Nigerian police, and our own safety corps. And where they find out that the numbers are not genuine and meant to attract people, the owners of the numbers and those found within the vicinity of the place should be arrested. So, Mr. Speaker, I plead that the prayers be amended to include that the police and DSS and particularly Neighborhood Safety Corps commence intensive investigation of numbers displayed on roadside in respect of job vacancies with a view to clamping down on masterminds of this suspected scam. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Power outage, which has been the norm in Nigeria, is likely to become a thing of the past with the Lagos State Electricity Sector Reform Bill placed before the lawmakers by the executive. The bill was read for the second time at the plenary recently. Prior to this day, there had been a series of meetings held between the House Committee on Energy and the State Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources on how to address the challenges that are likely to face the state in its bid to generate its own power. At the day's plenary, Chairman House Committee on Energy, Folajimi Mohammed, opened deliberations on the merits of the bill.
Sector Reform Bill is actually a mode of actualizing the goal of the state government in improving electricity supply through an embedded power system. Also to provide an enabling environment and framework to support the embedded and rural electricity projects within the state.
Constant blackout witnessed for many years in the country was said to have affected the nation's economy in no small measure. Tariff and metering issues that had for years bedeviled the country's power sector are expected to become history in Lagos as the lawmakers pleaded for quick passage of the bill into law as the only way to ensure Lagos's freedom from the national grid.
The Lagos State government is going to try and guarantee some level of metering so that collection of tariff would be more efficient than what we currently have. If you look through all this, it is going to be easier to generate this power. The 3,000 megawatts that Lagos State is looking at, which is going to come into full force by 2020, but will start from first quarter of next year, so the fourth quarter would have generated half of it. This bill is geared to providing that for us.
With electricity well distributed and provided, constant supply in particular, which is what the bill is proposing, it will help to make the business in our state thrive.
Apart from commerce and industry, that is likely to be the major beneficiary of this bill, We can also talk about the fact that it will enhance the beauty of Lagos State. Electricity, as you well know, will naturally, especially at night time, when it is regularly available.
It will also prevent electricity theft to the extent of which there is a task force to ensure that adequate security is given to what is generated and to ensure that whatever Lagos State will need to power its economy is sourced and generated from Lagos State.
Those sweet words said by the governor that by 2018, negotiations will have uninterrupted 24-hour power supply. This is something that will be new in the vista of the country, and I pray and I hope that we'll be alive to be part of that epoch-making development. On that note, I urge the Parliament to endorse the bill. Thank you, sir.
The governor of the state, out of her mission or commission, I've even said it in a public function that by the end of 2018, Lagos State will be out of the national grid. But the life and death of that statement lies on the possibility of this bill being passed into law.
Having weighed the lawmakers' comments on the proposed bill, the bill was committed to an ad hoc committee of the House for further tinkering, after which it will report back to the House in 4 weeks.
Now, you may have heard or seen lots of demolitions going on across the state. Housing estates, shops to mention but a few. The Lagos State House of Assembly recently received a petition from some concerned residents in the state over planned demolition of some buildings in the metropolis by an agency called Lagos Building Investment Company, LBIC. In a swift reaction to the issue, the House summoned the managing director of the agency, Mrs. Folashade Fulivi, who had earlier been accused of disregarding previous invitations sent to her by the House to appear before its committees. Here's the deliberations at one of the House's Yoruba plenary.
Lagos Parliament, bringing the legislature closer to you.
Ó ṣe mí láàánú púpọ̀ ipe arábìnrin tó jókòó síwájú wa yìí wọ́n ní respect kankan fún ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin yìí nítorí pé tó bá ní respect kankan àwọn ìwé tí mo mú dání yìí ó jẹ́ copy àwọn lẹ́tà tí clerk, how do we say clerk again? Clerk wa akọ̀wé àgbà tí wọ́n kọ sí Managing Director, Lagos Building Investment Company Limited. Wọ́n kọ̀ọ̀kan on the 30th of November 2015. Wọ́n kọ̀ọ̀kan on the 14th of December 2015. Wọ́n kọ̀ọ̀kan on the 23rd of May 2016. 3rd of June 2016. 2nd of February 2017. 17th of February, mo ní irú ẹ̀dá wo ni arábìnrin yìí. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní kò sí ìtẹ́dáhùn nínú gbogbo ẹ̀. House of Assembly sọ fún yín pé ká dáwọ́ dúró. Ẹni rárá ẹ ní dáró dúró wọ́n pè yín ẹlẹ́ẹ̀ni wá èmi ò mọ̀ bóyá ẹ tọmọ ṣọ̀gó.
Ẹ mọ̀ wípé nínú iléeṣẹ́ yín ìjọba ìlú Èkó wọ́n ní nígbà tán ní kí tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ tán ní kí ẹ lọ wá owó tó ń pè ní capitalization pé kó fi pé bílíọ̀nù 2.5 ìjọba ìlú Èkó ló dá 82% yẹ ẹ mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ nínú ní 2007 nìyẹn o náà ti dá owó yẹn o láti fi kanlẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ yẹn kí ni ẹ rí lọ́bẹ̀ tẹ́ fi farú lọ́wọ́.
ẹ wá níṣẹ́ láti ṣe ń gbà yẹn wọ́n wá ya iṣẹ́ yín sọ́tọ̀ wípé iṣẹ́ tẹ́ máa ṣe nísìnyí o ní láti máa yáwọn èèyàn lówó láti máa fi kọ́lé ẹ̀yin fún ara yín ẹ̀ lè kọ́lé mọ́ kí ló sún yín bá kẹ́ máa lọ wọlé nígbà tẹ́ bá lè kọ́lé mọ́.
ẹ ń tẹnu mọ́ wípé ẹ fẹ́ fi yé wọn wípé ẹ kì í ṣe agency ó máa wù mí láti jẹ́ kẹ́ tọpinpin àárín yẹn wípé even with your status ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ bóyá ẹ wà immune tàbí insulated tó òfin tó guide the activities yín ní Èkó bíbí ṣe ló dàbí ẹni pé torí pé ẹ kì í ṣe agency ẹ rò wípé ẹ sí lábẹ́ òfin tí ó ń govern activities yín lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ so máa fẹ́ kẹ́ tọ́ná sí àárín yẹn sí.
Kò ṣeé ṣe, kò sọ́nà bó ṣe lè ṣeé ṣe kéèyàn lóun jẹ́ mẹ́mbà kátólíìkì ju pope lọ. Nínú òṣèlú abániṣe kò ń jo ní nǹkan lọ. Ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin ló ń represent gbogbo Lagosians tó wà ní Èkó. Nǹkan tẹ́yìn gbójúlé tẹ̀ fi wáyàn ó máa ní reason. Nǹkan tí ilé náà ní tó fi sọ pé ọmọ dóde ó máa ní reason. Eléyìí èmi Ọlọ́run akóyin yọ ìbẹ́ ṣe máa dáhùn àwọn ìbéèrè yìí o ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo yòókù ó ṣe é sá pé àwọn bọ́mọ̀ ọ̀gá mi ṣe sọ fún mi àbí bí mi mọ̀ bóyá ẹ ní what do you call it bóyá wọ́n ní bọ́ọ̀dù ló sọ ni o ìyẹn ṣe sá eléyìí tó wà lọ́wọ́ mi Ọlọ́run akóyin bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sá fún o tèmi ò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ẹ ṣe olùdarí.
Yes, sir, Mr. Speaker and honourable members of the House. Ẹ jẹ́ kọ́kọ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín náà pé ẹ tẹ́ fún mi ní opportunity and privilege to come and explain the issues ní LBIC. I'm highly honoured to be here today. Mo wà surprised pé wọ́n sọ pé mo disrespect the House because I have come here mo ti face Committee on Finance, mo ti face Committee on Housing, mo ti face Committee on Physical Planning, mo ti face Ad hoc Committee on Amu Odofin. I was here. Whenever I couldn't make it, joti mo bara ebo mo travel, mo sick, mo simbishe, ma sọ fún Executive Director LBIC, who represent LBIC. So there's no way in the world to jẹ́ pé Makanjuko's office mani mo wà. One of the things the LBIC mentioned that nísìnyí ni pé a máa engage stakeholders to explain to them nǹkan tá à ń ṣe. Even our estates wà tá à ń fojú tó. Ká tó lọ sí estate, a máa kọ́kọ́ lọ sí ní stakeholders meeting, a máa jókòó tì wọ́n, a máa sọ nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe, a máa sọ why tá a fẹ́ ṣe, a máa get buy-in wọn ká tó wọlé, ká tó wá ṣe nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe. So ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run, tẹ́ bá feel ní pé mo disrespect House, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run ẹ gba apology mi. I have not done that. I will not do that. The second issue tí mo fẹ́ address ní ọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n sọ pé LBIC ń wọlé. LBIC ò wọlé. The intention of LBIC exercise, we called it clean-up exercise. We called it estate renewal. One of the first things I fẹ́ ṣe ní LBIC, I fẹ́ lọ sínú àwọn estate ká lọ paint wọn. I tell you, access our estate because of the amount of shanties. Around a block, you can find like 6 containers. So how do you access the building to paint it? Total ni pé ẹni ká dá headroom bàtà fẹ́ tá bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọgbà Ìjàyè. But àti bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ ẹni ká dá dúró, a dá dúró. But what I ṣe ni pé because bàtà ń ṣiṣẹ́ tá ń clear àwọn illegal structures yẹn. Rubble ó dà sínú gutter. So we continue cleaning the gutter. Tẹ́ bá dé ọgbà Ìjàyè ń ṣe pé it's one of the estates jẹ́ pé àti ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn tán rárá. Speaker sọ pé àwọn LBIC officials kan wọ́n gba owó. Mo wà surprised gan láti gbọ́ eléyìí o because one of the things òfin tó dá wálẹ̀ ti CBN òfin ni pé tá bá ti múyàn for fraud, we have to report the person to CBN. We have to prosecute. I don't want to blacklist àwọn ẹni náà from working with the bank forever. Ẹ tún bí mi ní pé government arm ló wà responsible for demolition. There are different government arms responsible for different types of demolition. Tó bá jẹ́ house ni physical planning. Tó bá jẹ́ environmental infractions, then it's Ministry of Environment. The one thing that I ṣe ní LBIC ni pé tá bá fẹ́ ṣe any clean-up, there's no agency of government tá involved. Even tá bá fẹ́ ṣe stakeholders meeting ahead of the clean-up, there's no agency of government tá involved. Gbọ́nà máa wá fún stakeholders meeting wa. Be it physical planning, be it environment, be it last pack, whatever. Gbọ́nà máa wá fún because we carry everybody along. Anything that we want to do.
ní gbogbo àkókò tán pè yín ní February ọdún yìí ó tó ẹ̀bejì tán kọ lẹ́tà sí pàápàá jùlọ ìjọ tí ó mú àbọ̀ wádìí wá ẹ̀dẹ̀ tí wọ́n tún bí wípé kí ni òfin tí ó dá iléeṣẹ́ yìí lẹ̀ ẹ sọ wípé ẹ mọ òfin máa pé kí tó jábọ̀ fún alága ìjọ yẹn ní ààyè láti bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ máa pé aṣòfin Ishaq kí ó ka òfin tí ilé yìí tí ó yí padà tí ìjọ yìí wá fi di iléeṣẹ́ yìí fi wá di LBIC kó kọ́kọ́ kà yẹn fún wa kó tún wá ka ohun tí regulation Central Bank tó sọ fún wa nípa iléeṣẹ́ yín.
Èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì lọ́kọ̀ the Building Investment Corporation Repeal Law. A law to repeal the Building Investment Corporation Law number 7 of 1981 and to transfer the assets and liabilities of the Building Investment Corporation to the Lagos Building Investment Company Limited.
Jẹ́ ti gbọ́ òfin yẹn ti rófin rírí.
Mo sì rírí but ṣé mọ̀ pé if you permit me even
Sájà gba kọ́pì ìwé kò mú fún wọn kàn wò.
Olùdarí CBN regulation revised guideline for primary mortgage banks in Nigeria. Ó sọ pé àwọn permissible activity wọn ó jẹ́ mortgage finance, real estate construction finance within the permitted limit. Real estate construction finance ẹni pé wọ́n lè yá àwọn èèyàn lówó kan fi kọ́lé. Ó wá lọ síwájú non-permissible activities. Ó ní estate agency or facility management and all other businesses not expressly permitted by these guidelines. So kò fún wọn ní àyè láti máa kọ́lé àbí kó máa maintain àbí kó máa wọlé àbí kó máa maintain gutter or anything. Tẹ́ bá gbà mí láyè olùdarí ọ̀rọ̀ director tó ń sọ náà òfin sọ pé wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ ní director 7 sí 13 tó bá dẹ̀ máa ní láàrin àwọn numbers tọ́ka yẹn non-executive director wọn ó gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ double executive director wọn ìkọ́ tọ́ka fún wa ń sìn wọ́n láwọn ní executive director 3 non-executive directors 2.
Ìyẹn gbọ́ gbogbo àlàyé náà ní kọ́tán sọ.
Nípa permissible activity.
Mo ń bọ̀ lórí ẹ̀ ó yá aṣòfin Ṣẹ̀tọ́njí.
Tí bá sọ wípé irọ́ pọ̀ nínú ọ̀rọ̀ kan sọ lẹ́yìn mi ò sọ àsọdùn nítorí pé akọ́tà tí wọ́n ní January 27, 2017 ẹ̀ka ìwà mi original wà mí.
Ìgbà wo ni wọ́n wá sọ́dọ̀ yín gbẹ̀yìn tí.
Ìjọ mílíọ̀nù ló wá láti níjọ́ tí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ dojúrú mo wá pe commissioner for physical planning àti àwọn náà kíkọ́ wá kájọ resolve ká tó decide láti lọ sí.
Ní June last year.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà.
Tótọ́ ni honourable sọ ní pé wọ́n pe LBIC àti Ministry of Physical Planning. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sọ yẹn a padà lọ sí physical planning mo lọ rí commissioner wọn. I went with my team members. Wọ́n dẹ̀ béèrè fún joint inspection a lọ ṣe joint inspection several times.
Ǹjẹ́ padà wá sọ fún ìjọ tó pè yín pé ẹ lọ síbẹ̀ o àbá lọ síbẹ̀.
Mo padà wá sọ fún sir.
Okay, so.
We went for the meeting inspection several times. Their letters takọ sí physical planning. Tí physical planning dẹ̀ dá wa lóhùn ni pé àwọn lè má lè ṣe o ní pé because àwọn kọ́tà fẹ́ clean up àwọn illegal structures ní pé àwọn widows àti retirees náà ń lò bẹ̀. Kò sí nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe tá à ń lọ bá physical planning kò sí but wọ́n respond sí wa. But like I also said ni pé nǹkan tá à ń ṣe iṣẹ́ tá à ń ṣe yìí several agencies are involved. Physical planning wà involved o, Ministry of Environment wà involved o, LASPAC wà involved o, oríṣiríṣi wọ́n wà involved bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn tá a dẹ̀ máa ń pe everybody every time.
Tó dẹ̀ yẹ kí ẹ jẹ́.
Mo ti dá èmi.
Ṣé ilé yìí ní ẹ̀tọ́ láti pè yín? Ó dẹ̀ ní ẹ̀tọ́ ẹ̀jẹ̀ yìí náà ti sọ ńgbà tẹ̀ ń ṣàlàyé pé 80% investment tó wà ní ọ̀dọ̀ yín pé Lagos State Government wá láti June last year tó ti pè yín títí di June last year, ó ti lé lọ́dún kan àbọ̀. Tí ìwé CBN tí aṣòfin ṣàwùká fún wa, ìtẹ́lọ́ ń wọlé àbẹ́ ń dá sí pé kò kàn yín, kò ń ṣiṣẹ́ yín, jẹ́ gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ àbí ẹ̀ gbà bẹ́ẹ̀.
CBN, a lọ discuss ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú CBN. A ti fi advert a máa run in the papers for the exercise, are run by CBN.
Madam, as a chartered accountant, I believe that you must do díẹ̀ ní ọ̀rọ̀ òfin. Tí òfin bá wà tó ní ẹ lè ṣe nǹkan kan. Ǹjẹ́ ẹnikẹ́ni, no matter how highly placed, ní ẹ̀tọ́ nínú ilé iṣẹ́ yẹn láti ṣe nǹkan tó lòdì sí, láti sọ ọ̀rọ̀ àti láti fún àṣẹ ní nǹkan tó lòdì sí nǹkan tó wà nínú òfin, tí ò dẹ̀ sí àkọsílẹ̀ fún irú ìgbàláyè láti ṣerú ẹ̀. Ìyẹn ìkíní. Mo ń sọ eléyìí, madam, nítorí ẹni tó bá mọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ sọ kó rántí ẹni tó mọ̀ gbọ́. Ìkejì, olùdarí wa ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín wípé wọ́n ẹ̀ lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ láti ṣàwọn nǹkan tẹ́ ṣe. Ẹ sọ wípé ẹ ṣe ẹ contract ẹ̀. Ẹ sọ fún wa ìwà lè go níbí yìí. Ẹni ẹ bá physical planning sọ̀rọ̀ kan wá bá yín wo.
As at today, a ti lè ṣe clean up yẹn bá ṣe fẹ́ ṣe clean up yẹn because cut and clear lẹ́ni is shanties, things that are environmental infractions, and therefore Ministry of Environment number wa ṣe don clean up our environmental infractions yẹn. Nítorí ẹni mo ṣe sọ at the beginning ni pé àwọlé o shanties land clean up. Lórí ọ̀rọ̀ CBN, once again, there's no way tá máa ṣe nǹkankan tí ò sí nínú òfin CBN. There's no way. And because we are working along the lines of the CBN, I told you we need láti fún wa ní ìwé that time. I cannot check one, can we do this, can we do that? He said, there's no problem. They looked at the guidelines. There's no problem, so go away.
A ti gbọ́ lẹ́nu arábìnrin Fọláṣadé, Yorùbá dẹ̀ lọ wọ́n bọ̀, wọ́n ní orúkọ tí èèyàn bá máa inú ẹ̀ ló ń gbé. A ti gbọ́ lẹ́nu wọn, ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ní kẹjẹ́ ká yọ̀ǹda wọn, wọ́n máa lọ. Ibi tí a bá dẹ̀ fi àdàgbà ètò tì sí, a máa kàn sí wọn tó bá ṣe jẹ́. Ẹ ṣé.
Ẹ ṣé, Mr. Speaker. Ẹ ṣé, honourable members.
Central Bank.
And with that, we've come to the end of the program this week. We thank you for watching. To catch up with previous episodes of Lagos Parliament, log on to www.youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Abimbola Agbebi. See you next week.